As I mentioned, this is a great town, welcoming Indigenous people. This whole event actually came about because the mayor of Mississippi Mills, Christa Lowry, called me in the spring, and she wanted to have coffee. We went and had coffee in a great little coffee shop here called Ottawa Valley Coffee. And she said, "Are you planning anything this year?" Because I've done buskers events and other things here in town. And I said, "Well, no, I hadn't actually thought of anything." And she said, "Well, the town doesn't have anything planned, but if you're going to do anything, I want you to know that we'd like to support you." And then I thought, well, okay, thank you very much, Mayor. And then George Simard from the new Métis Artist Collective, Kushkupeo, was in touch with me and telling me about the Métis Artists crawls that they're doing throughout the province. And I thought, hey, maybe we could do one here. And so then one artist after another, and I thought, why don't we have performers? Why don't we have storytellers? And here we are. Pam and I came over to visit the executive director of this great museum, and said, is there any chance that you might have an opening on September 30th? And he said, well, actually you can have from September 29th to October 2nd. Wow, okay. Now we know we've got space. Let's fill it. And we went ahead to go and do that. I want to give a big thanks to the support that's given to us by this town and introduce our wonderful mayor, Christa Lowry. Sorry, Christa.
Don't worry about it, Tony. Well, good morning. Get myself right side up here. Well, I'm deeply honored to have been invited here to take part in this event this morning by community member and Métis leader Tony Belcourt for what's going to be, no doubt, a very meaningful celebration of Indigenous artists on such a very significant day. In 2019, the municipality of Mississippi Mills began taking steps towards learning truth so that there can be reconciliation by collaborating with Indigenous peoples and those who seek to rebuild lost relationships in crafting our land acknowledgement statement. Since that first step, we've remained committed to building and strengthening relationships. We're making ongoing efforts to understand municipal responsibilities in the journey of reconciliation and continue to provide learning opportunities for staff and council. This involves a focus on addressing the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's 94 calls to action, including call number 80, recognizing September 30th, today, as the National Day for Truth and Reconciliation, and call 17, waiving the administration fee for commissioning documents for residential school survivors and their families to reclaim their names. This past March, staff and council also participated in a Kairos blanket exercise. It was an emotional and very raw experience, which provided people with new insights and a deeper understanding. The exercise is a step towards Truth and Reconciliation Call to Action number 57 to provide education to public servants on the history of Aboriginal peoples. We remain dedicated on this path of reconciliation, recognizing that while indeed steps have been taken, there continues to be a long journey ahead towards learning and understanding. With both pride and humility, the municipality supports and encourages the growing number of reconciliation efforts occurring throughout our community of Mississippi Mills. We have a valuable partnership with our local Truth and Reconciliation group, Mississippi Mills All My Relations. The municipality was pleased to provide Riverfront Park as the home for the Seven Gifts installation, an incredible collaboration between Indigenous and non-Indigenous artists, led by All My Relations, resulting in a sacred place for both reflection and education. The 7 Gifts is so valuable for our community, and we can't thank them enough for this gift. We're grateful for their ongoing efforts and initiatives like the Canadian Library, a national memorial to missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. All My Relations led the local microlibrary created through this project, which was installed here at this museum in June. The municipality was also pleased to partner with them on the summer solstice celebration in June with Indigenous dance, music, food, and more. These types of events provide meaningful opportunities to learn and to connect. Honoring the culture of Indigenous people not only broadens our human story, but also ensures we remember a complete history of our community and of our country. Renewing and rebuilding these relationships begins with a full understanding of our shared past. Reconciliation requires facing the truth of the residential school system and its resulting trauma on Indigenous peoples and their communities. It begins with education, which is in part why we're here today. This event and the opportunity to learn directly from Indigenous artists, musicians, educators, and storytellers will be as powerful as we allow ourselves. Tony, to you and the incredible group you've brought together today, thank you for sharing your gifts, your talents, and your stories. And to all those who are attending, I encourage you to participate with open hearts and open minds in all that is offered about Indigenous culture, art, and history today. What's said and what is not said, while we'll continue on this journey of rebuilding relationships today on National Day for Truth and Reconciliation and every day.